everybody. My name is Krista Cambara from Voluminous Property Sales, and this is Mike Lopez from Liberty Mutual. How are you, Mike?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, thank you. So we're here today to talk about home policies. When you purchase a home, you need to get an insurance binder, especially if you have a mortgage, in order to close on the house. So tell me about that process. How do they get started on their insurance binder?
Sure. So one of the things that they would start with is calling their insurance agent, who hopefully would be me. And the insurance agent will ask them a bunch of questions in addition to doing some research on the property itself to determine the first thing would be the replacement cost of the home. So things like square footage, number of bathrooms, types of bathrooms, kitchen size, stuff like that. They're going to look up, get the information from the listing or the town's website, and then they'll ask them additional questions that the town won't have, such as what the floor type is and stuff like that. That'll help determine the replacement cost so that we can generate what will actually be determined to replace the home, and it's the meat and potatoes of the entire policy. From that point forward, it's just making sure that everything works with the realtor and the lender.
Okay, sounds good. So you mentioned replacement cost. What's the difference between replacement cost and insuring on a market value?
Sure. So a replacement cost is how much the insurance company believes it's actually going to cost to replace the home, and it always differs from the tax assessment, the appraisal, the market value. Coincidentally, sometimes it's the same, but for the most part, insurance policies on the home side don't cover land. If somebody's home is appraised at $450,000, but $150,000 is land, then their home might only cost $300,000. On the flip side, lenders typically aren't going to lend unless they have full replacement costs for the home anyway. So determining the replacement cost is really a factor for the insurance company to determine how much it'll cost them to replace the home, as well as how much it'll cost to replace the home.
Okay, and does Liberty Mutual offer discounts if you combine home and auto or other policies?
Absolutely. So we offer a multi-policy discount if you have a homeowner's policy bundled with an auto. We offer another bundling discount if you have a motorcycle. We offer a discount if you have life insurance, and also if you have an umbrella policy with us.
Okay. So do you do property inspections when somebody opens a policy for the home?
Sometimes. So a lot of insurance companies do home inspections every single time. Because we're such a large company, we don't do a home inspection every single time. It's usually something that's prompted as an underwriting question based on the questionnaire for the home replacement cost, or if it's a certain territory. So if it's a territory that yields a lot of claims, maybe it's a coastal area, or maybe it's a rural area, that'll prompt an inspection too. But the statistic is less than 5% of the policies that we write for the home side are actually inspected.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how long from when they call you to their binder does it take?
It could take 20 minutes. It could take a day. It depends on how much information the customer has, and honestly how much information the listing has. If they need a binder right away, we could put something together immediately. Sometimes if it's a condo, it has specific binding requirements, or it has lender information that we just need to get, or it's a situation where the master policy needs to be obtained in order to determine how much coverage they actually need to have.
Right. I remember you asking me for condo docs a while back
Mm-hmm.
to determine that. So one last question would be, when should they contact you? So on the purchase contract, there's a due diligence period. It's usually from 10, I usually put about 20 days just to give you a little bit more cushion. And included in that due diligence period is, reviewing of condo docs if there are any, or the availability of property insurance. So do you recommend calling earlier on in the process, or is that something that you could do a week before closing?
Yeah, it's usually recommended to do it as soon as possible. So after you begin your cash flow process, one of the documents that you have to give your lender is a homeowner's insurance policy, among W-2s, pay stubs. When you're already pulling that out, that's probably a really good time to call to get a quote with your current company or a different company, maybe to be competitive. If you aren't an existing homeowner, when you're in your renter, maybe you're a first-time home buyer, that's even more important for them to get a policy as soon as possible. The lender wants to make sure that you budget for the actual loan, but also there might be additional rating concerns. So if somebody's closing is 45 days out, a lot of insurance companies give what's called an early bird discount, which is the farther out they are from their policy starting, it's less expensive. And sometimes the farther out they are from their policy renewing with their current company, that also can be a discount too.
That's great to know, thank you. So when you talk to a lender, when you are purchasing your house, usually they'll give you a recommendation of all the documents that you need and then when you should contact that company or the insurance company. And a lot of the times they'll include the home insurance in the mortgage. Some companies don't, some do, and some give you an option. So that's another question for your lender. But thank you very much, Mike. And is there anything else you'd like to add today to talk about, the home purchase process and getting the home insurance?
Sure. At Liberty Mutual, we actually offer a discount for home buyers through the National Association of Realtors. We just need to be able to have the opportunity to quote you, and we can offer you a discount. Actually, you get it for any clients of yours, actually get it because you're a member of the National Association of Realtors. So technically, they get your discount assigned to them. So it's a great opportunity to keep another company honest or to get a good competitive quote. And the major benefit too is obviously you get assigned an insurance agent too, somebody that you can ask claims questions for or to, and get advice on whether or not something should be insured or not, or what coverages are and whatnot. So huge benefit, and we partner directly with National Association of Realtors for that. So definitely talk to Krista about that because you get her discount.
All right, well, thank you so much for all of your information. It was very valuable, and we'll be sure to call you soon.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Have a great day.